Good morning and welcome to today's daily market summary. Thank God it's Friday. We thank God every day, right? Every day you're alive, in good health. It's a blessing. So, Friday isn't any day out of the usual because to see Friday, then you probably saw yesterday, right? And you're alive now. So, but thank God it's Friday. It's last working day of the week for those in the 9 to 5 space. For people like myself, markets are on 247 in the crypto space. So even though equity markets close on Friday for Nigeria and most of Africa, there's still a lot of work to be done. And so let's get right into it. Now, before we go look at the numbers, thank you to everyone for liking, sharing, subscribing. It helps grow the channel. It helps with the YouTube algorithms. So please continue to do so. I'm cooking a few things as well. I want to do a question and answer video sometime next month. I'd give more details on that when I am ready. Let's keep going and let's get the content out there. I think there's a dearth of content on Nigerian stocks and even African stocks as well. Not enough content there. So the aim is to gradually expand and cover it. But if we don't have the views, then it's difficult to push stuff like that. As always, please note that this is not investment or trading advice. You're not stock picks. You're not trading signals. Yes, I might talk about them from a technical perspective, but that doesn't mean that you should buy or sell. In fact, that doesn't mean I might buy or sell. So a company might have poor fundamentals but be trending in form of technical analysis. And so I'll talk about it. And a company can have great fundamentals, but may not be trending in form of technical analysis or price movement. So I wouldn't talk about it. So you need to do your own research because there's a lot of nuances that goes on that you might not necessarily find explicitly in the content. So our criteria for watch list, price and volume movement, corporate actions. Corporate actions are announcements made by the firms. GTCO first on my pre-market watch list for today. Stock dipped a bit yesterday, traded large volumes. I think it closed at 92 or naira or so. So if it dips further, then it may fall below 90 naira. I think fundamentally the stock, stock isn't expensive at this price point, in my view. If you do you work out maybe your potential ROE or work out your book value per share and all that, you probably would land in the 80s, 90s, or whatever, depending on the metrics that you use. So it's not expensive now. But I think trading at a lower price point then starts to make it more interesting in terms of either technical analysis or fundamental analysis in terms of valuation and all that. So I'll be paying close attention to this stock. Dangote Sugar dipped sharply yesterday. I suspect that probably this was one of the reasons why the all share index fell by over 0.4% yesterday. So this stock has kind of been range trading. I think it will continue to do so because there's really nothing that will spark a momentum in this stock. Maybe till we see Q3 numbers, but even Q3 numbers won't be out till October. So I guess we kind of trade within range, and the stock will move upwards or downwards depending on general market sentiments or technical analysis. I haven't looked at the technical analysis for this stock for a while because, frankly speaking, it's not yet on my radar. But if it continues to dip, then I probably need to look at the various technical criteria. QTix seems to be range trading. If you look at the stocks, it's between 3 naira 50 kobo, 370, 360. So, for anyone who's a trader, and in case you might wonder if I say if I'm not a trader, then why am I covering this? Because I believe that really, as an analyst, equity analyst, you need to do a combination of both. You need to know a bit of technical analysis and you need to know a bit of fundamental analysis. Obviously, fundamental analysis, in my view, is the foundation, while your technical analysis is a sweetener. So QTix seems to be range trading between 3 naira 50 kobo to 4 naira and some fractions. So that makes it attractive from a technical analysis or trading standpoint. Cadbury fell to 60 naira yesterday. That's a key level from a psychological standpoint. If it dips below that, then it starts to look more attractive from a technical analysis basis. If you're in the Senko community, I think a couple of times I shared my thoughts on these stocks, and if you're not there, you'd have to work out your numbers yourself. But I think if you do your valuation, I mean, between the Senko community and I think Rufi B, who's a great equity analyst on Twitter, has touched on this stock a couple of times. I think that it's not far. It's not far from, or it's not close to where it should be in terms of fair value. WAPCO closed at 130 naira, and WAPCO is a cement player, and that's a key point from a psychological standpoint. I covered the three cement players, I believe, a couple of weeks ago, so you can find that video on the YouTube channel as well. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, you have to go to YouTube because I don't have all my content going on LinkedIn. And I think that going forward, I'm going to tweak some of my content for LinkedIn. You'd be getting details on that by Monday. So very likely you'd have a shorter and more written content on LinkedIn, while I have longer and audio and video content go across Spotify and YouTube respectively. So more details on Monday. USCN stock closed flat at 73, but I think I saw a few trades at 69 or 67 yesterday's trading session that went through. So if you play your cards well, I mean, if you do your numbers well, going by the impending Chivita deal, in my view, I think that this stock should be probably or will be, once that deal is concluded, I think this stock should be trading close to what, maybe 100 naira a share and the like. So for anyone who's a trader who has maybe mid to long term perspective, sub 70, that looks like a good deal. And then from sub 70, if it goes bounces to 80, 85, maybe in a couple of months, most optimistically when that deal will be closed, I think this stock will start to settle at that price point. MTN Nigeria flat at 435, but I saw a few trades around 417 and I think 420 ish. So from a technical standpoint as well, it's kind of really, like say, uneventful at the moment. But from a fundamental standpoint, I think in a couple of years this stock will trade marginally higher. And I've done a video on this, I've written on this. So if you are from the Sengo community, and I know quite a couple of you are on this channel, you want to scroll through the WhatsApp chat and see the thoughts on MTN. And I think I've also done this in one of the videos. I think either post-market or daily market summaries. I shared my thoughts as well as also on the website. So it's MTN isn't really, in my view, a stock that's it. I mean, at this price point, it's not a trader stock right now. It's not on my radar when it comes to trading. But if you saw the stock, and I think last week or last 2 weeks, there were a couple of trades that were in the 401, 407 perspective. If you're able to navigate so if you get in at say 400, do your 435, that's almost 10%. And if you are dealing with a large portfolio, large amount of cash, then it starts to look quite attractive from a technical perspective. Legend Internet, the stock seems to have been on a downtrend following the release of the results. And I find it baffling because the results, it was flat, I think flat revenues and just marginally flat profit year on year. So nothing really attractive about the numbers, but at the same time, nothing negative about the numbers that would warrant this stock dipping at this. So maybe it's a technical thing as well. I probably would see look at the technicals over the weekend and see why that is the case. And if it's a technical thing, then maybe I'll include it for my weekly watch list for the coming week. Sterling Financial stock has been trading large volumes the last couple of trading sessions, so naturally it caught my attention. I mean, compared to the number of shares the company has in issue, those volumes are tiny, but large volumes are large volumes. I think I'm seeing 40, 50 million shares traded last couple of days. That's really large. So the question is, who's buying and who's selling? If you have any questions, still on questions, you can drop in the comment section or send an email to info@greenticketales.com. Now, for the rest of the coverage, 12:30 p.m. West African time, midday update will be up on YouTube. 6 p.m. West African time, daily market summary also up on YouTube. 10 p.m. West African time, that's Nigerian time, by the way. Daily market summary on Twitter on the Green Ticket Tail Twitter handle. So, if Twitter is your thing, then you want to keep an eye on the Twitter handle, because the post market video that comes in, tweeting that so late means I can cover anything that goes out after the videos are up. So for more content, check out the podcast on Spotify. Check out the links on YouTube if you are, and the website as well. Thank you and have a great day ahead. See you in a couple of hours.